All right, welcome inside the Newman Gymnasium here at Husson University. I'm Zethan Moss. We're just about set to go for some North Atlantic Conference volleyball action between the Northern Vermont University-Lyndon Hornets and the Husson University Eagles. The Eagles are looking to improve to 500 on the season and extend a 4-match win streak to continue to be undefeated in conference play. Yesterday, the Eagles won a 5-set thriller against NVU Johnson, paced by sophomore Julia Levin and senior Cheyenne Young, leading the team with 35 kills and 8 aces combined. The Hornets still looking for their first set victory on the season after losing 3-0 against the conference leader Maine Maritime Academy yesterday. I'll turn it over to public address announcer Joseph Swanson for the starting lineups.
From Belmont, New Hampshire, the libero, number 1, Amber Levin. A senior from Eagle River, Alaska, number 5, Cheyenne Young. A sophomore from Stafford, New Hampshire, number 8, Beatrice Turchi. A sophomore from San Jose, California, number 11, Olivia McIntyre. A sophomore from Westerly, Rhode Island, number 12, Alexa Fields. A sophomore from Grantham, Massachusetts, number 13, Cam Schweitzer. And a sophomore from Alton, New Hampshire, number 16, Julia Levitt. The Eagles are coached by Alex Corbin, assisted by Carl Letzak and Andrew Moore. Best of luck to both teams.
Well, as we get ready for play here, a couple players to watch on the NVU Lyndon side for the Hornets. Callista Lohman leading the way with 50 kills for her team on the season. Be ready to watch her on the outside. And for Husson University, for the Eagles, Olivia McIntyre, 42 assists yesterday, looking to improve that number today, as she called yesterday, quote, a bad day. We will get ready here for some exciting volleyball action. So Johnson still looking for its first set win on the year. Had plenty of opportunities, scoring 17 against Castleton a matter of weeks ago, which is their high mark on the season so far. Looking to improve that number, coming off of a 3-set loss to conference leader MMA. So, good matchup today. Olivia McIntyre back to serve for the Eagles. Let's start this one off. Libero for Lyndon, number 14, Charlotte Morris. Going to come in briefly for number 13, Kiara Mack. Again, the libero can come in and out at will. One of the many different aspects of volleyball. Only 15 substitution, libero substitutions do not count towards that number. We want to take a moment to thank today's game sponsors: Performance PT, designing a healthier you; Greenway Equipment Sales in Ellsworth and in Bangor; Nothing Runs Like a Deer, as that one almost gets away from Morris; Governor's Restaurant and Casella, giving resources a new life. So the first point of the game goes to the Eagles. And that one falls out for a Lyndon point. Too hard on the serve for McIntyre. Again, Callista Lohman, great to watch that one go by. She's back to serve this one for the Hornets. Lemay hits it up to McIntyre outside to Levitt. And that one goes out. Hornets take an early 2-1 lead. Lohman back to serve. Lemay gets this one over to McIntyre. McIntyre again outside to Levitt. Lohman digs this one out. Over by Moulton. And blocked at the line by Juice. Husson point. Moulton unable to hand the rebound off the block. Kim Schweitzer leaves the game for Amber Lemay, as she will be back to serve this one. Dug out by Morris. Lohman over the middle. McIntyre outside to Tercey. That one falls in. Tercey had 3 kills yesterday against the Badgers of Johnson. A number she was very proud of. Porter sets that one up for Lohman, but it goes out of bounds. Great try by Lohman to find that back court, especially in that front back corner. May again, and she sends that one out of bounds. So 4-3 here in the early going. Not a whole lot of mistakes on both sides so far, which is a great sign for both teams. The Hornets under the direction of Courtney Novak, interim head coach, and the Eagles first-year head coach Alex Gordon, as Lemay digs that one out, but no one is there. Hornets tie this one up. Tercey was getting ready for a setup and kill, but Lemay had other ideas. It's a little miscommunication. Morris serves this one for the Hornets, and the kill by Julia Levitt. She will be back to serve. Again, combined with Cheyenne Young, 4 aces of her own for 8 total last match. Side to Gannon. Alexa Beal taps it over the middle. Got back over by Anderson. Tapped over by Gannon. And the Hornets are keeping this one close so far in the early going. Eagles off to a slow start, characteristically. So Selena Porter back to serve for the Hornets. This one goes outside Young and sends that one too hard. And there's been a struggle for the Eagles all year trying to find that killing blow early on, especially Julia Levitt and Cheyenne Young on the outside, as this one's a low serve handled by Levitt. Tercey gets this back over, and it's going to be a 2-touch on Lyndon. Ties it back up for a Husson, with Selena Porter coming on the outside. Adrienne Beatty back to serve. This one goes over, handled by Lohman. Tapped over by Mack. Cheyenne Young over the middle, blocked at the line, but falls onto the floor. Great block by Mack, but just rolls off her hands behind her, and no one is there to get it. BD to serve again. Lohman handles this one. hits this one way back. Beatty gets there. McIntyre bumps it back over. Morris to Porter, and mishandled by Emma Mann on the outside. Bad set. Goes over her head. Now 8-6 for Husson here in this first set. Beatty with the serve again. Porter hits it over the middle. McIntyre to Young, tapped back. Handled by Mack. McIntyre outside to Levitt. That's in. There's the first kill of the game for Julia Levitt. So again, looking to get her cooking early, especially when she is set up by Olivia McIntyre, number 11, right over the middle. Beatty still to serve. High pass. Porter handles it. Mack gets it over. McIntyre outside to Tercey. Tercey taps it over. Gannon gets there. Excuse me, that's Lohman. McIntyre again to Young. Almost dug out by Porter, but that one finds the floor. Eagles getting a bit of a run here. And the Hornets are going to take a quick timeout, and so will we. We'll be right back here at the Newman Gymnasium.
Nothing runs like a deer.
Whether you have a lawn to mow, a driveway to plow, or a garden to till, our customers know you can't beat the quality and reliability of a John Deere.
And right now at Greenway Equipment Sales, we have a great offer for you.
Get 0% APR fixed rate financing for 72 months on a John Deere compact utility tractor with a 6-year powertrain warranty.
For more offers, go to greenwayequipment.com.
See the Smith brothers today at Greenway Equipment Sales, Ellsworth and Bangor.
Welcome back to the Newman Gymnasium. Eagles putting together a little bit of a run, going up 10-6 over NVU-Lyndon. The Hornets still looking for their first set win on the season, putting together a competitive one here in this first set against the Eagles. Lohman digs this one out. Mack taps it back over. McIntyre, Young over the middle. Handled by Porter. Outside to Lohman. Beatty gets there. McIntyre. Sent back over by Levitt. Lohman outside. That's Gannon. And that goes out. Point goes to Husson. So 5-point lead coming out of the first timeout by the Hornets. Beatty to serve this one. Lohman gets there again. Mack taps it over. Beatty bumps it to McIntyre. Young over the middle. High pass off the hands of Porter. Porter gets it back over. Tercey over the middle, blocked by Mack. That's Mack and Mann combining on that one. Mack, a 6-foot middle hitter, freshman from Winooski, Vermont. Beatty handles the serve from Gannon. Again blocked at the line, but falls on the side of the Hornets. Still a 5-point lead for Husson, 12-7. Cam Schweitzer comes into the game for the libero, Amber LeMay. Tercey to serve this one. Handled by Morris. Does not get over the net. Schweitzer and I believe that was Young combining for that block. Tercey again to serve. Taps the net and falls in for an ace. Tercey gets that one, but it's a little short as the Hornets get their first point to stop this Husson run. And it'll be Kiara Mack back to serve for the Hornets. Arcing serve, handled by Levitt. McIntyre over the middle, tapped over by Young. Very easy point for the Eagles to split the back line in between that 10-foot line and the front line of the defense looking for the block. No one was there for the Hornets, and it's Cheyenne Young to serve. Tapped over by Anderson. Moulton saved by LeMay, got back over. Great dig by LeMay outside to Lohman, and that one goes way out of bounds. So saved by LeMay. Beatty gets it back over to McIntyre, who sends it over, and Lohman sends it out of bounds for an Eagles point, now leading by 8. Still under the service of Cheyenne Young. Morris handles this one awkwardly. And getting there is Gannon, but it falls. Because no one was there for the Hornets. Very hard to handle when it's coming in that quickly. Arcing serve goes out of bounds for Young. So 17-9 now for Husson. Quick substitution. This will be Emily Anderson coming into the game for Emma Mann. She will be back to serve. Anderson, sophomore from Levittown, New York. LeMay handles this one outside. Levitt. And calling it a 2-hit on Husson. Or double hit, excuse me. So point goes to Lyndon. Anderson will retain the serve. And that one falls short. So Eagles now up 8 points, 18-10 here in this first set. Couple of substitutions. This will be Julia Ellis coming into the game for Cheyenne Young for the Eagles. Freshman from Brewster, Massachusetts, as Olivia McIntyre serves this one. Morris gets this one. Porter over to Lohman. LeMay gets there. McIntyre. LeMay sends it back over. Morris to Porter. Outside to Lohman. Almost dug out by Ellis, fresh into the game. But a great placement by Lohman on that one. And Lohman back to serve this one. Levitt handles this one. McIntyre looks back outside to Levitt. Morris digs that one. Back to Lohman. McIntyre handles this one. LeMay gets it outside to Schweitzer. And that one falls in. Over the heads of the back line for the Hornets defense. And falls in. As LeMay will be back to serve for Husson. LeMay, graduate student from Belmont, New Hampshire. Good serve. Morris gets this one. Lohman back over to Morris. Morris gets it over. Getting there is Ellis. It goes out of bounds. Ellis gets there and unable quite to handle it as Mack comes into the game for Kiari Moulton. And that one falls in for Morris. So service ace for the libero for the Hornets. Now 19-13, keeping it close here. And that one goes out. So tried the same thing that she got to work last time and just hits it a little too hard. Cheyenne Young comes back into the game for Julia Ellis. As Julia Levitt will be back to serve for Husson. Sends that one too hard over the middle. Again, it's very important for Levitt to find her power early. And really her placement combined with that power that she has. You see a lot in the early goings of some sets where she sends it out of bounds a little bit too hard, too excited almost. Sloman gets that one, but Mack unable to get it over. off the hands of Alexa Beal, who will be substituted for Adrienne Beatty in the rotation. Now 21-14. Beatty will be back to serve. Gannon sends this one out of bounds. Now 22-14 here in this first set. Beatty again to serve. And that one goes short. So Hornets stop a little bit of a run on the service error by Beatty. Lindsey Gannon now to serve for the Hornets. Dug out by Levitt outside to Young. Tapped over, hit at the line, and Husson point. As it looked like Kiara Mack hit the net on that block attempt. 23-15 now as Beatrice Tercey back to serve. Lohman sends this one off the ceiling. And the ceiling's still in play. And it lands in bounds. 24-15. Set point for Beatrice Tercey. Lohman gets there again. Morris gets it back in play. It's Porter sending it back over. Beatty to McIntyre outside of Young. And that one lands in bounds. The Eagles are going to take this first set over the Hornets, 25-15. So we head into the second set. We're going to take a quick break.
Selling is all about relationships and building trust. At Greenway, it's our people that have built the business. We're fortunate to have a team with years of experience. They know John Deere equipment inside and out and go the extra mile to take care of our customers.
And right now is a great time to talk to one of us about a new tractor. Get 0% APR financing for 72 months on a John Deere compact utility tractor. Nothing runs like a Deere.
From Greenway Equipment Sales, family owned and operated since 1994.
Coming out of the break here at the Newman Gymnasium, Eagles take the first set 25-15. Now leading 1-0 in sets over the NVU Hornets. Coach Novak for the Hornets trying to get her team hyped up as they look pretty good in the first set. Minimal mistakes, getting a lot of playable balls and handling a lot of some heat coming off of the hands of Cheyenne Young and Julia Levitt on the outside, especially on their service. Handling it well. Looking to rebound a little bit here, score some good points. Again, high mark on the season for them, 17 points in a set, still looking for their first set win. So 15 points, good showing for them. As we get ready to get started, it'll be Callista Lohman back to serve for the Hornets. Loman, outside hitter, sophomore from Seward, Alaska. She sends that one out of bounds as LeMay gets out of the way. Thought she wanted to hit that, but lets it go out of bounds. McIntyre to serve this one. Olivia McIntyre, sophomore from San Jose, California. And a low pass and almost a knuckleball serve. Unable to handle it as Calista Lohman. And that falls for an ace for McIntyre. 7 aces yesterday against NVU Johnson. Handled by Lohman this time. Back outside looking for Lohman. She taps it over. Young over the middle. McIntyre looks for Beal, who finds the corner. Good little sequence for the Eagles. See a lot of these sequences where they are almost choreographed. And those are the sequences they really excel at. Where they find those points as this serve is off the hands of Lohman a little bit awkwardly and falls out of bounds. So 4-0 run to start for the Eagles. And Courtney Novak for the Hornets is going to take a timeout, and so will we. We'll be right back here at the Newman Gymnasium.
Choosing a school is really difficult, but I have never felt like I should have gone somewhere else.
The thing I like about the school, the class sizes are smaller.
Making friends is easier here because of the fact that you are such a tight-knit community.
I was shooting around a basketball. That's how I met my first friend.
You meet a lot of new people from different areas of the world.
I feel like I've grown so much here. And there's so many amazing people that work here to learn from.
I definitely made the right decision coming to Husson.
So quickly out of the first time out, the Hornets down 4-0 to the Eagles quickly in the second set. Olivia McIntyre to serve for the Eagles. Under 3 straight aces for McIntyre. This one is dug out and sent back over. McIntyre handles the rebound. Getting over is Porter. And Levitt gets the kill off at the hands of Lindsey Gannon. So quick points here for Husson as they go up 5-0 in this second set. Sends this one over. Lohman handles it. A little bit of a miscommunication. Carrie Moulton was there, but did not hit it as Selena Porter comes over and very awkward hit, sends it out of bounds. Short serve handled by Lohman, and that's going to be a double hit. Again, a Carrie Moulton. Sophomore from South Reigate, Vermont. Eagles off to a 7-0 start under the service of McIntyre. That's how they started that 5th set yesterday against the Badgers. That one goes short off the hands of Gannon. So 8-0 run for the Eagles. Lohman gets there, sends it wide as Porter is unable to get there on the outside. McIntyre is consistently finding that back left corner with Lohman in it on these serves. This one goes over the middle. Anderson handles that. Porter gets it back in, sent back over by Morris. LeMay, McIntyre to Levitt for the kill. Finding that front right corner. McIntyre still to serve. This one handled by Anderson. Lohman, Morris gets it back over, hits the net. Beal saves that one. McIntyre tips it over. Levitt passes too far off the hands of LeMay to Levitt. And the Hornets get their first point of this set. So pass goes too far for LeMay. And Levitt unable to get it over. Levitt handles this one off the hands of Morris. Young gets it over. Mack gets it at the line. McIntyre to Beal, who sends it short. Mack and Gannon for the Hornets, combining on that block. Morris sends this one short. LeMay handles this one again. McIntyre to Beal. Splits those two lines right at the feet of Callista Lohman. Now 11-2. And LeMay will be back to serve this one. Lohman gets this one. Gannon sends it over. McIntyre outside to Levitt. Blocked at the line, but out of bounds off the hands of Selena Porter, combining with Mack for that block. 12-2 Husson. Morris gets this one. Looks for Lohman. McIntyre handles that one. LeMay goes for Tercey. Tercey tried to loop it over the defense, but sends it out of bounds. 12-3 now for Husson, as the service goes to the Hornets. It'll be Selena Porter from St. Johnsbury, Vermont, the senior. She hits this one. LeMay to McIntyre. Beal taps it over. Porter gets there on a nice diving stop, getting it back over his man. And Young gets the kill on that one as it goes off the hands of Porter in that back row. 10-point lead for Husson. Quick stoppage for a mop break. Again, very important to keep the floor as grippy as you can. So sweat can make that slippery and can cause a lot of different injuries. Just want to keep the players as safe as we can. That's why these mop crews are so very important. Levitt to serve this one. And off the hands of Lohman and into the seats here at the Newman Gymnasium. (14-3) now for Husson. Levitt continues to serve. Lohman sends that one over, but unable to control its direction. And that one goes out of bounds. Quick substitution for Levitt. Ashley Emerson is going to get the serve as Levitt gets a break. Emerson, a freshman from Deer Isle, Maine. Referees are discussing something with Coach Alex Gordon. And we will resume play. Emerson gets this one over and off the hands of Morris. So she's going to notch an ace. Now 16-3 for Husson here in the second set. Again, off the hands of Lohman. Very hard to hit a ball like that, especially when it's moving to your opposite side and really try to corral the ball and put it on a spot for a teammate to play. Very hard to do. Lohman handles this one this time. Porter gets it over. Mack taps it back over to LeMay. McIntyre looking for Young on the outside. Off of the hands of Porter. And that's another kill for Cheyenne Young. Emerson still serving. That one falls in. finds that hole in the defense between that back line and that front line. Morris was unable to get there on that outside. Lohman gets there. Mack hits it back over. McIntyre looks for Tersey, and it glances off the hands of Morris. 20-3 now. Tapped back over by Beal. Deflected off the hands of Mann for another point. So Ashley Emerson continues her service on a nice streak for Husson. Looping serve, handled this time by Morris. Lohman gets it over. Beal goes for the kill over the middle. Mack sends it back to the back line. Emerson handles this one. McIntyre looks to Tersey. Looked like that one was going out of bounds, but Morris hits it, and it careens off of her hands into the Lyndon bench. So Emerson again. Morris to Porter to Lohman. Pumped over. McIntyre. Young. It's Gannon tapping it over. McIntyre gets there on a nice save. Looks to Tersey. And they had 4 on the net. Too many on the net for the Hornets. Handled by Lohman. Mack sends it over. LeMay gets there on a nice dive. Outside to Young. Lohman gets that one. Mack gets there. And Gannon not quite able to get there on the outside off the hands of Mack. So Emerson will look for set point here. Morris handles that outside to Lohman. LeMay. McIntyre looks for Young. Off the block of Mack and Gannon. And the Eagles are going to take this second set 25-3. Very different score than we saw in the first set. And we'll take a break, and we'll be right back here on the Husson Eagles Sports Network.
If you want a place where you can be seen as an individual and know what you're doing and have a career to look forward to, this is your place.
Welcome back from the break here at the Newman Gymnasium. Eagles looking to win this one in straight sets here in this third set after winning the last one 25-3 over the Lyndon Hornets. Olivia McIntyre back to serve. Put together a nice run under Ashley Emerson, who got substituted for Julia Levitt late in the game in the last set. Ultimately winning 25-3 as McIntyre serves this one. Morris looks for Lohman, and unable to get there is Cheyenne Young. So the Hornets take the first point here in this third set. Lohman sends that one short, so the Eagles tie it right back here at 1-1 in this third set. This will be Amber LeMay back to serve. Outside to Lohman. Dug out by McIntyre. Tercey over the middle. Handled by Anderson. And point goes to Husson. Like the Hornets ran into the net there. You can run under the net, you cannot run into the net. LeMay sends that one too far. Tries to loop it over the back of the defense. And it'll be Morris back to serve for Lyndon, and Mack comes into the game. Dug out by LeMay outside the Tercey. Tercey over the middle off of the hands of Gannon for another kill for Tercey. Tercey, they've been using her a lot more on that outside hitter spot than they have been in the past couple of matches, and it's been working well. She's been really exploiting the defense in that gap that we see. Julia Levitt to serve this one off the hands of Emily Anderson on the dive. Levitt can really string them together for this Husson team. A lot of power off the hands of Anderson again. And off the doors into this Newman Gymnasium. Lohman handles that one. And unable to get there on her own rebound is Levitt. Great attempt to get there. Saw her make those dives a little bit yesterday and come up a little slow. Again, coming up a little slow off of that one. Selena Porter to serve this one. Outside to Beal. Off of the block of Mack and Gannon. Lohman gets it back over. Levitt dives for that one, saves it. Beal off of the hands of Porter for a nice kill. And she'll be back to serve. Over to Lohman. Levitt gets there. McIntyre tries to tap it over, just misses it off the block of Mack. And I believe that was Mann combining on that block. So now 64. As Gannon serves this one. Getting there is McIntyre. LeMay bumps it back over. Looks for Mack in the middle. But a double hit called on number 16, Selena Porter. So this will be Beatrice Tercey back to serve for the Eagles. Lohman handles this one. Porter looks back to Lohman. Hits it too hard out of the back. 4-point lead for the Eagles in this third set. Short serve mishandled by Morris. Again, she was working to her right, trying to put it in a spot for a teammate to handle. It looked like number 3, Lindsey Gannon, had a better play on that, but so a little miscommunication there. Off the net, Lohman gets that one. Porter looked back to Lohman, and that one goes way out of bounds. And the Eagles are off to a nice run. Tercey back outside to Lohman. Beatty gets there in the backcourt. Tercey sends it over. And almost getting there is Morris off the hands of Porter. But Tercey is going to notch another kill. And that one goes out of bounds. Lohman almost played that one, but decides to let it go, which was a good decision. 11-5, 6-point lead for Husson here in this third set. Gary Moulton into the game now for the Hornets. Looping serve sent over by Kiara Mack. Beal over the middle, sends that one too hard. Point goes to the Hornets. 5-point lead now for Husson as that one hit the line judge. Very good idea by Beal over the middle. Excuse me, that was Cam Schweitzer. So LeMay digs that one out. Young over the middle. And splits that back row between Mack and Gannon. As Mack exits for the libero, Charlotte Morris. Cheyenne Young to serve this one. Dug out by Gannon. Tap back over by Hornets. Tap back over again. Levitt again. Off of the block of Mann for another kill. Morris unsure whether or not she wanted to hit that one, as that one goes off her hands and out of bounds. So Cheyenne Young out of Eagle River, Alaska, senior, putting together a nice run for the Eagles. Morris gets this one. Mann taps it over and stuffed at the line. Julia Levitt and Cam Schweitzer combining on that one. Handled by Morris. Back over, tapped back over by Schweitzer. In front of that front line for the Hornets. 10-point lead now for the Eagles. And a little bit confused, caught off guard is the back line for the Hornets. That one splits between Morris and Mann. Now 17-6 for the Eagles. And that one goes out of bounds, so that'll stop the bleeding for the Hornets. Chrissy Cruz comes into the game for Cheyenne Young, the senior out of Lawrence, Massachusetts. And it'll be Emily Anderson now to serve for the Hornets. This one's short to Levitt. McIntyre looks back to Levitt. Levitt over the middle. Off the block and finding the hardwood at the Newman Gymnasium for another kill. McIntyre will now serve. Beal comes into the game for Beatty. Handled by Morris. Porter looks to Lohman, who sends it out of bounds. Again, the service of McIntyre put together a 7-0 run in the 5th set yesterday against the Johnson Badgers as Schweitzer taps that one over for a 13-point lead for Husson. Service under McIntyre, 7-0 run yesterday against the Badgers to set up that 5-set victory, keeping their win streak and undefeated conference alive. As Lohman sends this one over off the block of Schweitzer and Beal. And a point for the Hornets. And Lohman is back to serve. And she sends that one short. 21-8 for Husson. Tercy comes into the game for Schweitzer, and LeMay back into the service spot. Knuckleballing serve, handled by Anderson. Looks to Lohman, sends that one too hard. 22-8. And we want to take a moment to thank today's game sponsors: Performance PT, designing a healthier you; Greenway Equipment Sales in Ellsworth and in Bangor, nothing runs like a deer; Governor's Restaurant and Casella, giving resources a new life; Cam Schweitzer in the service spot for the Eagles, and that one a double hit called on the Hornets. That one handled by Lohman. Getting there is Moulton, but she sends that too wide for Gannon. So now it'll be match point for Schweitzer in the service spot. Schweitzer, Anderson handles that one. Levitt tries to get it back over, but too short off the net. And the match point will have to wait. Morris sends it over. Cruz digs that one out, and Schweitzer sends it over. So the Eagles take the third set, 25-9, winning this match against the Hornets 3-0 as they advance to 500, 7-7 on the season, second in the North Atlantic Conference, and remain undefeated in conference play. Looking ahead, Tuesday at 7, it will be senior night for the Eagles here at the Newman Gymnasium. So thank you for tuning in today. I've been Ethan Moss. Cameraman Zach Mills running the camera for me today. Again, great matchup between these two teams. Look forward to seeing you on Thursday.